What up, y'all? It's your man ES the Herman Star back again with another video, and I'm here to do the weekly reading for the sign of, or this week's reading at least, for the sign of Taurus. So if you have Taurus in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, this is for you. It's for the week of June 30th to July 6th. So, my moon babies, what's happening? All right, what y'all doing? How y'all doing, but what are y'all doing? If you're not watching this video, if you are watching this video, clearly that's what you're doing. But these cards came flying out, so we just gonna place them here. If you would like a personal read, you're able to book that with me by sending me an email. You can find that in the description box below. Check out the podcast link down there as well. Talk about spirituality, personal development, life in general. So yeah, messages over there as well. So if that's something you're interested in, go check out the podcast. All right. We start with the King of Pentacles here, and this is the card of leadership. This is not just like any type of leadership, but like a kind leader. So someone who doesn't feel the need to be like one of those toxic type of leaders where they rule with an iron fist, right? This is a leader who is someone, honestly, people, if you were to, or if I were to have a ruler over my life, or whatever the case is, as far as like a kingdom or whatever the case is, this is the type of ruler I would want. Like a king I would want. Someone who, again, is kind. Someone who, is respectful, doesn't feel the need to enforce power in order for them to, to fulfill their role or whatever, right? To get their way. And I'm not saying there aren't going to be moments here where aggression is needed, because I do feel as though this is a situation where people try to take advantage of your kindness. Now, I'm not saying don't be in this energy here. What I'm saying here is that there are just going to be some changes you need to make as far as just with certain people, not with everybody, with certain people, because from what I'm seeing, there's some folk that are possibly taking advantage again of your kindness here. Your next card is the Two of Wands in reverse as well. This is the card of someone who can be very short-sighted, someone who fears the unknown, someone who could be overly cautious as well. And I'm just looking at these cards and I'm like, it could be two things. One, it could be, again, people taking advantage of your kindness. Or I feel as though that you feel like you being kind for whatever reason is going to get you taken advantage of, and then it turns you into somebody who essentially, is aggressive. I see that a little bit, but that's not the most. It actually is, I want to say it's more so possibly the former, meaning, again, your kindness being taken advantage of, how this fits, honestly, like, this is throwing me off. This Two of Wands is throwing me off with this, with this. I kind of want to put it down for now. I'm going to put it down, but I'm not going to move on from it yet. We're going to clarify that Two of Wands with the tarot deck. Clarify the Two of Wands, please. Already, you got, first of all, these two cards showed up, and these are the two cards that showed up for Aquarius. You might have Aquarius in your chart. Again, I got Aquarius and Taurus in my chart. This might be for me, I don't know. But the first card that showed up is the Empress in reverse. This is insecurity, pretty much. So That's one, I guess, clarification for the Two of Wands and why it's showing up. But you also have the Four of Swords. This is burnout, restlessness as well. I think you're aware of who is taking advantage of your kindness, and you're hurt by it. You're hurt to the point where now you want vengeance. Now you want to it's like you're losing sleep over this, because it's like, how can these people do this to me because I've been so kind to them, but with that Two of Wands, you're like overly cautious, like I said, to the point where you're literally just lashing out on everybody, not the people who likely deserve the lash out. I'm not saying that you shouldn't lash out on folk, but I feel like everybody's getting your wrath now because of the individual or individuals who were taking advantage of your kindness. Before I pulled the Empress in reverse and the Four of Swords in reverse. What would have came next, or I'm picking up now, is the Tower in reverse. This is resisting change. Resisting the change that needs to happen. Now, ultimately, I do believe, again, that's why I was saying, like, not everyone needs to be punished for the dirty deeds of the individuals who have been using you, right? But I do think that the individuals who are punishing you need to be dealt with, Now, I'm not saying go beat them and do any harm to them. That it's not what I'm saying when I say be dealt with. What I'm saying is get them out your life. Make way for more people who are going to make way, clear them out like the Tower. Make a clearance, a necessary change. Therefore, all the space they were filling up is no longer there, and that leaves room for people who are actually going to, treat you the way that you are, because if you're giving them kindness, they should respect that and treat you. They're not going to use that, right? But maybe these people are close, because again, the Tower showed up in reverse, and you're like, it's not so easy to cut them off, or you feel like you have, you have a heart for them. So it's like you can't easily just cut them off like that. Usually in situations like that, I'm still going to tell you, you should do what you want to do at the end of the day. I'm just giving you the message. But usually in a situation like that, I would tell folks, okay, maybe there's a way where you can keep them at distance, but a distance enough to where they're not, continuing to harm you. But you can also still keep in touch with them. But with that Tower in reverse, something has to end. There is no compromise here. It's either you stay having these people in your life. The only thing that would change this energy, honestly, is if they change. And they have to change. And we're not talking about for a day or for a week even, right? Like they're like, okay, let's get on Taurus's good side, or let's just behave for this week, right? And then once Taurus is comfortable again, the shield is down, we can go back to doing the fuckery. No, we're talking about like a real genuine change that happens to where they're not falling back to the behaviors. They're not doing the thing that was, they're not taking advantage of you anymore. That type of change, a permanent change, not temporary, not a sometimey change. That's the only thing I can see reversing all of this energy here, and that's not based off of any cards that I see. That's based off of just what I truly believe is the only solution as to you can keep these folk in your life, and also you are safe with them in your life. They have to make said changes. And if they don't, you can show them this video, or you can talk to them about it and be like, hey, listen, I feel this way about y'all, but y'all can't keep using me like this. And if you all want to continue to be in my life, y'all have to stop doing this, essentially. That's the change that needs to be made. They have to stop doing it. Again, if they're not willing to do it, if it's only for a day, if it's only for a week, it's only for a certain amount of time, it's not really changed. They're still manipulating you. They just found a different way to manipulate you now. You know? What would have been your last card is the seven, my bad, of wands here. This is someone who, again, fights back, protects themselves. This is why I was saying before I pulled the Empress and the Four of Swords in reverse. Before I pulled those cards, I was saying, like, you are going to, well, at least I don't want you to not be someone that feels as though you can't, you shouldn't defend yourself, right? What I don't want you to do, though, is take out your aggression on everybody, on unsuspecting people, because it's not everybody. It's not everybody in your life who is taking advantage of you, but there just are people who are. And again, like I said, those people deserve to be dealt with, not everybody else. They shouldn't be punished because, of those individuals or that individual, right? Who's doing this to you. So hopefully that clears up some things as far as just what's going on with this situation here. It's fucked up. Like, whoever's doing this to my moon babies, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. You know what I'm saying? Or you're gonna have to deal with me, and that's all I'm gonna say. But we getting into we did the tarot. We're about to get into the oracle now. So before I read your oracle card, if you're getting anything of value from this video, I would like to remind you to please hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe. If you would like a personal read, once again, shoot me an email. You can find that in the description box below. You can also find my podcast down there as well. Spirituality, personal development, life in general, things of that nature. Go there if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on that. And even situations like this, like I go in depth, full depth over there. So again, go subscribe, just as free as it is over here on YouTube, and I appreciate it. All right. So you got an interesting card. I love the look, but just interested in general. Groove of Unity. Bind energies in the unified sanctuary of the groove, fostering interconnected harmony among all beings. I'm trying to see like I said, like, honestly, with that Tower in reverse, I see something that needs to be changed with the folks. But maybe there is a chance where, like I was saying, if you express to these people that are hurting you, that they are hurting you, you know what I'm saying? That could be this. Like, you expressing, hey, I'm hurt. I'm putting my foot down. This is what you are not going to continue to hurt me. Maybe you expressing that is going to get them to change. And I think that, honestly, like, and again, if they are sincere with the change, personally speaking, go ahead, keep them. My personal advice. Not telling you what to do. You go and do what you want to do at the end of the day, right? But it's like, yeah, I mean, it seems as though that the universe is saying that's what I thought was the unlikely outcome to happen, to be honest with you, seems to be more likely than what I originally thought. Hence why you shouldn't take my word. I mean, you should honor my word, but you shouldn't take it as like gospel. I'm not God, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though I've been blessed with a talent to be able to read and guide folks. But honestly, if you're looking for me to be like a God or whatever, it ain't me. It's not me. But this does bring some light, into this, like I said, this dark situation or effed up situation. I'm glad that it does, because, it could be considered another positive reading. So that's what I have. That's what I have for you, Taurus, today. If you got anything of value from this reading, once again, please hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe. Want a personal read? Shoot me an email. Find that in the description box below. Also, the link to my podcast down there is down there as well. So go over, subscribe. You can subscribe anywhere, not just on Spotify. I think I just have the Spotify link. It's been like a long time since I put that link down there, so I don't remember what link I put there, but hey, it's there. Go subscribe again, and yeah, I want to thank you for trusting me for being your intuitive reader for today, or at least one of your intuitive readers for today. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, until next video, you see me when you see me. Take care.